Hi, Tom, and welcome everyone. Today I'm thrilled to be joined by Tom Quinlan, author of At Home in the Heart of God. With Advent upon us, it's a perfect time to reflect on our family and our journey toward a deeper faith. Tom's book invites us into a profound experience of God's love at home, especially as we prepare our hearts for the coming of Christ at Christmas. Today, we'll explore what it means to journey, to prepare as a family during this season of Advent, one of anticipation and of hope. Tom, thanks for being with us. Let's dive in.
Vince, thanks for the invitation, and hello, everyone.
Tell
So
me a little.
thanks for mentioning At Home in the Heart of God, Family, Jesus, and the Eucharist. I'm so excited to produce that with 23rd Publications. And I hope that those who are leaders out there in parish catechetical and evangelization ministry will take a look at that book, endorsed by Bishop Barron and others, as possibly something to put in the hands of their parents at First Communion time or baptism time. I think it'll help move the needle in terms of helping to foster conversion in our parents these days.
Excellent. Excellent. So, Tom, I have four questions, almost like the four Gospels. And in 7 minutes, we're going to cover some really key topics about Advent. Let me throw the first question at you. Tell us why Advent is a valuable season for families in particular, and what unique opportunities does it offer for families to grow in faith together?
Well, let me start by saying that the whole liturgical calendar is such a gift to our families and to our society. You know, the rhythm of Jesus' anticipation of his coming, the whole Lent, Easter rhythm of life, life and death and then new life. So the whole liturgical season is a gift to us. And Advent is this space for us to stop, to get off the hamster wheel of multitasking busyness, and for us to take time to be present to ourselves, to our loved ones, and to God, and to help our children experience what waiting is about. In the society of immediate gratification, I think one of the best things we can do for children is help them to learn how to be patient and to know that good things are worth waiting for. And the greatest thing is the coming of our Lord Jesus.
Absolutely. It's the struggle in Advent all the time to keep it, distinct from the Christmas season. It's not one blur, but they are two distinct seasons. And even in holiday busy rush, it can all be a blur. So what are some simple but meaningful Advent traditions that families can incorporate into their daily lives in the season of Advent?
Yeah, as soon as Thanksgiving is over, we're into Christmas, right? And we know as Catholic people in the liturgical rhythm that Christmas begins on Christmas Day, and those days after is the season. So while I think it's okay for us to allow Christmas to encroach into Advent, we don't have to be totally doctrinaire about this. Can we play a streaming service Advent carol list? O Come, O Come, Emmanuel is the epitome of an Advent song, but can we find, and there are playlists that are focused on Advent. If we have the tree up before Christmas, can we not necessarily fully adorn it? Can we focus on the beautiful things that occur during the Advent season, such as the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, Our Lady of Guadalupe, and of course, giving a proper due to the Feast of St. Nicholas?
Mm-hmm.
So things that tell our children, okay, Christmas is coming, but it's not Christmas yet. It is the Advent season, and that they understand with the colors, with the songs, with the Advent wreath that hopefully is a part of our family table. We're not in Christmas yet. And when we get to Christmas, it's going to be a whole long season of celebration.
We have Advent at home and we have Advent in our parish home. And I wonder, can you comment on what parishes can do to help support families to bring those themes of Advent into the home, the themes of waiting, hope, or joy into their homes? And you mentioned St. Nicholas. I wonder how many people really know the tradition of St. Nicholas in preparation. Can you make a comment on that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's some practical things families can do with little children or older children. My wife, Christy, loves to make these paper chains a day for each day of Advent with a little message on it, and we cut it off. There are the Advent calendars, which you and I probably did as kids. They're a wonderful thing to open up every day. The Advent wreath is at the heart of celebrating as a family. It's a powerful experience, and children love candles. They love fire. They love darkness. They love gathering around and being cozy. Whether it be a fireplace or the Advent wreath that has that light in the darkness. So make sure you turn off the lights and you create this family tradition of gathering, be it just on Sunday or perhaps each evening, to spend some time together in the cozy light of the Advent wreath. I mentioned the Advent playlist, the place that music has. And then finally, I want to give a specific website suggestion for leaders. The Diocese of Des Moines, where I'm located here, has something called Living Advent. And actually, my wife, Christy, was a part of building these resources as a platform of resources, family activities and prayers for all ages. So if you Google Diocese of Des Moines, and there are S's at the end of it's Des Moines, Living Advent, if you Google that, you will get to a nice platform of family practices that you can share out with your parents.
Thank you, Tom. I'll make sure we include that in the show notes. And one closing question. I'm so glad you mentioned Christy. My wife's Becky. We have certain Advent traditions outside of the ones we can do with our children. Um, is there a specific devotion practice that you and Christy do as a married couple to prepare together for the coming of Christ?
Hmm. You know, we do it, and now we're starting incorporating our children. My boys are 8 and 6 at this point.
Okay.
And so we are taking time to break open the gospel. And I think if you haven't done this yet as a family, use the Advent season and the start of the liturgical year as an opportunity for families to be guided to look at the gospel, be it before the Sunday Mass or Sunday evening after you've attended Mass, and to pray it as a family, perhaps around the Advent wreath. I think that's what I would most recommend is get that Advent wreath lit, have it dark, mom or dad read the gospel, and then talk about it in a way that whatever age they are, they could be teenagers or they could be, 4 or 5 years of age. You help them to understand the good news. And those gospel readings of the 4 weeks of Advent are so beautiful as we prepare.
Thank you. Tom, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you for all your insights about Advent. I'll put a lot of those links for the Des Moines in the show notes, and I'd welcome you back. Hey, one last question.
Sure.
If you could ask a formation leader at a parish a question about Advent, what might that be?
How are you doing in being a person that is comfortable with silence and stillness in your life? Are you on that treadmill going constantly and you never are able to carve out time to be still and in the silent presence of our God who loves you so much? Advent can be for us as adults a powerful time where we encounter the love of God anew and more deeply. And I invite and I wish that for each of you to come this Advent to know how much our Lord Jesus, who's coming, has come out of love for you.
Excellent. In the gift of a child. Thanks so much, Tom. I have a wonderful Advent season, and thank you all.